Hi, everybody. I'm Dan. Thank you, one person in the room. Go screw yourself, everyone else. You've ever met someone before? You say hello back. It's pleasantries. Hi, I'm Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Guys, you nailed it. Okay. You ready? And do jokes. You like jokes?
Yes.
Good. Joke number one. I took the red eye here. It's what I call the bus when I'm stoned. It's a great first joke right there. I said, red eye, you thought he took an early plane to come down the street? No, it's a bus joke. I'm stoned. That's fun. Good. It's good to know that we like stoned bus jokes. Gives me a lot to work with for the next 6.5 minutes. Probably won't do a lot of those jokes. I don't have a lot. It's pretty, now that I'm thinking about it, that's a pretty specific type of joke. You know, there's probably only like one or two more, and I did one of them, so. God, I gotta get to it. I haven't done any other jokes yet. Do another joke to show you I'm hilarious. I'm on a new diet. Been eating a lot of salads, mostly potato and pasta. Another great joke, guys. Why? Because they're carb-heavy salads. You're not gonna lose any weight like that, Dano. Good, I like you like salads jokes. Got a lot of salads jokes, guys. No, I don't. Okay? There's no more salad jokes. There's no more remaining. Boom, tricked you. Salad pun. I have 9 of those. Now, we're gonna put an end to that. Tell you what my favorite word is. That's a good way to get to know someone. You ever meet someone like, what's your favorite word? Tells a lot about a person. My favorite word is crematorium. It's my favorite word. I'll tell you why. It's my favorite word because crematorium is a word that sounds way funner before you know what it is. Hey kids, you want to go down to the crematorium? Yeah! Is Grandpa coming? Sort of. I guess. I live in Halifax. This is the city I live in. I live just up the road, which makes that red-eye joke even more hilarious. Every morning, I go to a coffee shop, and it's called Java Blend. It's a good spot, and it's up on, Almond Street? This is pretty local humor right now. This is going to be a real hit on YouTube. Anyway, I go to this coffee shop, and there's this mysterious white building across the street, and for years I've wondered what it was until one day I walked up and I looked at it, and it turns out it's our local crematorium. So now every day as I'm walking to get a coffee and I can smell the on-site roasted beans, I have to go, is that Colombian or Colombian? I do something weird in my life, something strange, you know? We all have those moments in our life that we know we're gonna do. And some of them take us by surprise. I do something weird. I had to meet my grandma's new boyfriend. That was something I had experienced in my life. Never thought that was going to happen. I was never being bounced on my grandfather's lap, being like, yeah, you're cool, but who's next? That was never a thought of mine. Anyways, I'm happy for her. I love my grandma. I just want her to be happy. So I was pretty thrilled about the whole thing until I found out that I was involved, and then I became very uncomfortable. I was not ready to be involved in the dating process of my grandmother. Because it turns out she met her new boyfriend online. Yeah. I set up her email address up at Christmas because I thought she wanted to send fun photos to her sister in Ontario. Nope. Trolling for dick online she was. Yep. She looked around the Legion, then she looked around Tim Hortons and said, Mama's gonna have to cast a deeper net. I'm a little hungover today. So went out drinking last night. Went out drinking with 2 of my best friends from childhood. Oddly enough, though, they're a set of twins. Even to this day, I cannot tell them apart. Drives them up the friggin' wall. Say the same thing to me every time, though. They're like, Dan, for the last time, I'm Steven. This is Deborah. Arguably the best fraternal twins joke of the night, I would say. If not, it should land in the top 5. Pretty happy with that one. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm an uncle. I know some of you are wondering in the audience tonight. It's like, is he gonna talk about it? Because I'm gonna ask him later. No, I'm an uncle. Big job. Big job being an uncle. I remember when I found out, people in my family were like, oh, damn, congrats, which is a super weird thing to say, you know? It's the first time in my life I've ever been congratulated for my sister getting laid, you know? That's a weird thing. I don't really want to hear that, you know? I had no part in it. I'm pretty proud of that, too, so I'll congratulate me on that. And then the next thing, that was actually the thing that bothered me. It was like, people, oh, you're gonna be a great uncle. And everyone in my family sounds like Kermit the Frog. So I feel like, is he doing a silly voice? He's like, hi, I'm your grandmother. Obviously, I had to date online with this voice. They told me I was gonna be a great uncle, and I kind of took that in as offense. That seems like a little bit of a lowball shot. Being an uncle's a pretty easy job, you know? I have a bunch of uncles, they're all great. I see them once a year at Easter, and they look at me and they say, wow, you haven't gotten any shorter. Boom, uncling done for an entire year. Okay? It's a pretty easy-going job, you know? You don't even have to be around too much. No one's ever been like laying down on a psychiatrist's couch being like, what happened? Where did your life go wrong? What was that first thing that really ticked off this whole roller coaster of your life? No one's ever been like, well, my uncle wasn't around a lot. It's never been said. The odd time it'll be, well, my uncle was around a lot. That would be more likely. I just don't want to be an uncle. I'm not ready for that, you know? What I want to be, I don't want to be an uncle. I want to be an aunt. That's what I want, you know? My uncles are fine. They get a little too drunk at family reunions and challenge the younger cousins to arm wrestling. I'm not for that, okay? I want to be more like my aunts. I want to cut all my hair off when I get to 50. I want to wear fun, snazzy dresses. And I want to get shit-faced off white wine and tell all my nieces and nephews which one of their cousins were mistakes. That's what I want to do. I want a giant bottle of Carlo Rossi and a bunch of family secrets. Wayne's not Debbie's first husband. Ooh! Tell me more, Corinne. You guys have been great, and I'm going to do my impressions, and then I'm going to leave. And then the other people, something else happened. I don't know. I'm part of that. Okay, first impression. This is my impression of a guy who really likes barbecue. Wow, look at that hot dog. Impression number 2. It's pretty good, right? Impression number 2. This is my impression of a guy who's super into bestiality. Wow, look at that hot dog. Incredibly well-written bestiality joke. Okay. Next impression. My kids are my children. It's my impression of a very passionate goat owner. Joke's not for everybody, obviously. It's only for people that like corny jokes and for people that know that baby goats are called kids. It's a niche demographic, but it's mine. Since that one didn't work, I'll bring out the big guns. If this doesn't work, I don't know, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave no matter what, so I guess we'll just leave. My final impression, this is my impression of a German Shepherd. And have you seen my sheep? Und they assist me quite in floofy. And I was sleeping in the meadow and they have run away. Thanks.